All right, Will, break this down for me. At this point, when we are about to embark on at least some public hearings in the impeachment inquiry, what excuse could Adam Schiff give for not approving witnesses in this whole proceeding if his goal is transparency and justice?
Well, what Adam Schiff is going to say is that there's no need for the whistleblower to testify. There's no need for himself to testify. Remember, if Adam Schiff does testify, here's a guy who's conducting an investigation and also becomes a key witness. There are, questions that need to be answered. Did he have direct contact with the whistleblower at the beginning? Was it not just through an aide? Did the aide approach him? Where did they and how did they find these lawyers who profess to be anti-Trump? One was tweeting about a coup in 2017. So he certainly doesn't want to be in the stand. The Republicans made a good move by putting numerous people on that list, including Tim Morrison, whose transcript hasn't been released. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for Schiff to turn them all down and get away with it. But it also highlights that this process really isn't allowing Donald Trump a right to defense. If he did have a right to defense, Schiff would be on the stand, and again, the investigator would become a key witness.
Right, and so here's the thing: when you're conducting an impeachment inquiry, impeachment isn't it's a separate thing, I should say, a separate entity from our criminal justice system. There doesn't have to be a crime. It has to be a high crime and misdemeanor, and that's defined in the Federalist Papers by the men who wrote the Constitution as something that would lose the confidence of the American people. If a chief executive loses the confidence, betrays the American people, then that is grounds for impeachment. But how can the American people have confidence in the process if the person running the process, Adam Schiff, has admitted that he lied at the onset of this investigation? He had contact with the whistleblower. He admitted that he did after he told the American people that he didn't. So how can we possibly have confidence that any of this is on the up and up to the point where the Democrats want the United States Congress to impeach the President of the United States based on what?
That's certainly the issue here. It's like the American people don't seem to be behind this impeachment enough for them to actually vote on articles of impeachment. It's not going to get through the Senate, so the Democrats have a real problem here. They're not really sure how they're going to back out. And look, you mentioned the framers and high crimes and misdemeanors. It is largely a political process, the impeachment process. And what the founders and framers did was make it very, very hard because they worried that a political faction or a party would try to oust somebody because of political differences. So they made it an incredibly high bar to reach, and the Democrats can't reach it. The only way you can get there is if the American people are behind you, and the Democrats aren't doing that. This entire process has been to try to get the American people behind them, but there's been no smoking gun. There's been no crime from the get-go. There's been no crime that's been broken. And look, people in the middle of the country just want things in D.C. to get done. They see this as a political hit and an extension of the Russia investigation from Democrats, and it's not working. So they're in a bad spot here. I'm not sure how they're going to back out of it.